Try to imagine you are a middle school girl for the day, to soar into space, or heal a wounded animal, or discover the wonders of the ocean, or build a bridge. For 18 years, the American Association of University Women, West Harris County Branch, has conducted a one-day math and science conference for middle school girls in the Houston area. It is called Expanding Your Horizons in Math and Science, with resources provided by the Math and Science Network, designed to nurture the girls and expand their career visions into those which require studies in math and science. Each year, over 600 girls are bussed in from all over the Houston area, representing a wide range of ethnic and economic backgrounds. Each girl gets to select 4 programs she can attend. All of these are presented by women in professions which have required math and science studies: doctors, engineers, nurses, biologists, scientists, astronauts, and many other fields are represented. We wanted the girls to realize that it can be cool to become one of these professionals.
Been a presenter at Expanding Your Horizons for the last 2 or 3 years. This is Matthew, who's a female duck who's going to have some surgery today. I'm a veterinarian, and the first time that I presented, I had no idea what to prepare or how to talk to a 12 or 13-year-old or 11-year-old girl. And I actually asked a few neighbors who had children that age what they thought would be of interest to them. And I actually brought way too much the first year, had way more information than they ever wanted. I bring a wide variety of animals. I bring dogs, rabbits, a couple of birds, one large bird. It seems to be really important to the girls to get to have hands-on, to have the experience of touching and handling a lot of different things. And we make sure they trade off with the birds or the dog or the cat. And we make sure that they trade off the animals that they're handling among tables so they know everybody's going to get a turn. Everybody gets to participate, everybody gets to touch an animal, and they seem to be really interested in that, getting their hands on and enjoying it, enjoying themselves. Whoops! I guess the most important thing I've learned is to keep it simple and get as many people involved as you possibly can, and that way everybody has fun.
When girls sign up for a session with a chemist, they expect to see things explode. Unfortunately, my everyday life isn't quite so exciting, so I try to bring things that relate what I do to their everyday lives. I was fortunate in that I was able to use the American Chemical Society to come up with experiments that relate to the girls' age group. Use all your resources to find activities for the girls. It can get pretty noisy in the laboratory. If your girls are having fun doing your presentation, it can get pretty noisy too. Remember, you've only got 50 minutes to do your presentation, so rehearse ahead of time and make sure you organize your presentations for the most efficient use of time.
Hi, I'm Nancy Gregg. I'm the director of the Cockerel Butterfly Center here at the Houston Museum of Natural Science. My background is actually in tropical plant ecology, but we work here with the interaction of butterflies and plants. I've been here for about 10 years now. In my job, I have access to lots of insects, both live and dead, for example, some of these, and I use them in my presentations to kind of tell girls a little bit about entomology and about the possibilities that they could have in careers in that field. So if you bring objects that they can work with, touch, that will help them to get more involved in your presentation and to remember it better. We also have a few other creatures here in the center. This is Sydney. He's an 11-year-old male green iguana from Central America, and he's a great favorite of our patrons. Middle school girls are naturally very curious. We want this experience to be an extension of their learning and also to be a lot of fun for them.
I'm a chemist, so most of my activities are chemistry related. I look at those kinds of activities that engage these girls. Something that they can relate to in their own life, or perhaps the results to enhance their life and to keep them interested in science and math. Have the girls work in groups of perhaps 4. In groups of 4, these girls can interact, they can discuss the experiment or activity, and perhaps include some ideas and notions that they had not had before. And my last word is, you're having lots of fun, so make sure that the girls are having lots of fun, and they will look forward to your next presentation.
The first thing you need is a snappy title. Mine is, "Hey girls, let's look for pearls." With that title, I get the girls lined up. I even get invited to do more sessions than I first agreed. And another thing that you need is to come loaded with enthusiasm. Expect to have fun yourself. The girls will know if you're having fun. And it doesn't care what you're talking about. You can be talking about dirt, and you can get them engaged as long as you have an interest in it and can convey it. You know, when I first started doing Expanding Your Horizons, I could put those girls to sleep within 5 minutes. I was just a miserable speaker. But the more you talk to kids, the better you get. And you'll see, even if you're a little worried about addressing girls that age, within just a few minutes, you'll be very comfortable. Just not be too tight about it. Then another thing I'd like to mention to you is to watch your time. 50 minutes flies by, and most people tend to bring too many materials, too many ideas. Trim it down to what is really important and go at a leisurely pace and don't rush at the end. And the last thing I'd like to tell you is to be sure and include the girls that are kind of hanging back. There'll be some that are very enthusiastic and you'll want to give all your attention to them, but you got to remember to look at those on the periphery. Engage them. You'll get them just as excited, and by the time that the session's over, they'll come up to you and thank you and tell you, oh, they're going to come see you next year, and you'll just be so happy. And it's so rewarding to have gone out and gotten that reluctant kid.
I would like our presenters to talk about different activities that we could get involved in and out of school that would help prepare us for different career opportunities and different activities that we could get involved in high school.
When talking to middle school girls, remember that you were 12 once in your life, and try to think about what you would want to hear when you were in middle school.
When I went to EYH in 6th grade, I went to a chemist presentation. She made things blow up, and it was really cool.
Listen to your students and address questions that they ask. This makes your presentation more personable. In fact, as I was thinking of ideas for EYH conferences, I decided the best ideas come from the students themselves. Sarita, would you like to share any words of wisdom for presenters?
Sure. People don't remember the boring parts. They only remember the funny things. I wish presenters would really put more humor into their presentation.
Yeah, they also ask us like, how are you, and what we want to be when we grow up. That just seems so old now, and it wastes such valuable time. I was at EYH several years ago, and no one seemed to ask like what kind of jobs that it offers in the world, and what kind of payment that we get.
I guess you've got the gist of it by now. Kids get bored pretty fast, so get into your activity as soon as possible.
And if all else fails, door prizes and free giveaways convince them to stay and have fun.
You may be the first woman in your profession that these girls will have the opportunity to meet. So you want this day to be fun and exciting. You want to engage the girls in your workshop. Dress the part, bring lots of props, things that you can use with the girls and things that you use daily at your job. things that the girls can touch and use as a part of your workshop. This is an exciting day for you and the girls, and it may be their first step towards choosing a profession. They have a lot of other options on what they could do on a Saturday, so make sure that they have a lot of fun in your workshop. When you talk to the girls about your professional and educational background, just spend about 2 minutes. Then quickly move into an activity so the girls can get the most out of your workshop. The benefits to you in participating in the Expanding Your Horizon Conference is you get to meet interesting women from other professions, and the enthusiasm of the girls really makes you realize how wonderful your profession is.
Thank you again for helping to guide these impressionable young minds and expanding their visions to seek higher goals. Expanding Your Horizons is a 501c3 supported through donations.